The work on this pipe organ was paid for with a Sleeping Beauty grant from the charity Pipe Up for Pipe Organs. There is more information on them and their grant scheme later in the video. In rural Monmouthshire in Wales, near the border with England, the 13th century shingled spire of St Teilo's church in Llantilio, Crossenny forms an imposing landmark for walkers on the adjacent Offers Dyke path. Step inside and you are greeted by an unusually grand cruciform church with its centrally located tower. Tucked away at the base of the tower is a pipe organ made in 1887 by the organ builder W.G.Vowles of Bristol. Sadly, this organ has been out of use for many years, but we are going to carry out the relatively minor repairs needed to awaken this sleeping beauty and get her back into service. Hello, I'm Kingsley Robinson, a pipe organ builder based in southeast Wales. Today I am at Llantilio, Crossenny at St Teilo's church, looking at this little Vowles pipe organ, which needs a bit of work. When we start playing the organ, we immediately notice that something is wrong. Some of the pipes are being overblown and others quite wavery. Let's take a look inside the organ at what's going on. I've come around the side of the organ now and taken the covers off so we can have a look inside. And what we can immediately notice is the reservoir, which is down here, is overinflated. It's so inflated that it's pushing up on this wind trunking. Now the job of the reservoir is to store wind that's come from the blower and to control its pressure. And it does that by having weights on the top of it. You can see some here. This one's got some stone weights, but they could have metal weights. And that's what regulates the pressure. And the pressure is what affects how the pipes speak. Because this reservoir is overinflated and it's pushing up on this trunking here, this bit of the frame, it's not able to control the pressure anymore. And that's why the pipes are being overblown and why they're not speaking properly. So we need to have a look and work out what's going on and see if we can sort that out. Tucked away around the other side of the organ is the blower itself. It's in this box down here, and it supplies wind into the bottom of the reservoir via this flexible trunking here to isolate any vibrations. And in between it we have this mechanism here, which is a guillotine valve. Its job is to close when the reservoir is full, so that no more wind is supplied and the reservoir doesn't overinflate. And it's apparent from what we've seen already that this valve is not working properly. So we're going to see why that is. I've squeezed my way into the organ through the music desk. And we can see down here we've got the corner of the reservoir. And we've also got a string, which I use my pointer. There we've got a string that is going from the top of the reservoir through the case to that guillotine valve. And if we sneak in, we can see that it's come off its pulley here, so it's jammed, and that's probably what's causing the problem. So we'll have a go, see if we can stretch in there and get it back on its pulley. So we can see the reservoir's dropping. So after crawling around in the organ and getting quite dirty, I managed to get the string back on the pulley, and we can see now that when the organ is on, the reservoir is a lot lower. We've also got rid of the hissing from the air coming out of the emergency dump valve that's there to release the pressure. And it's generally working a lot better, and we can go around and have a look. down the side. We can see the reservoir again, and this time it's a lot lower, and we can see it can move under wind pressure. It's not overinflated and the pressure's not ridiculously high. And we'll go and have a look and see what that's done to how the pipes are sounding. So we can have a go on the Dulciana, which was overblowing very badly. It's not even in too bad a tune. Payson was struggling as well. So that seems to have fixed that problem. The organ's sounding much better now. We've got the guillotine valve working properly by getting that bit of string over its pulley so it's not jammed. And sounding reasonably in tune for something that hasn't been touched in many years. We'll tune that a bit later. The next thing we're going to get to is the fact we've got a couple of sticking keys. So put a stop on the swell. Got that one sticking down. And then on the grate, this one sometimes sticks as well. So we're going to start by cleaning the back of the keys because they're covered in dirt and mouse droppings, and see if that sorts that one out. You can see the back of the keys covered here with lots of dirt, which is probably why the one on the end is sticking, because dirt's got down between it and the key frame. So we'll give that a clean out and see if we can sort that problem out. So with a bit of cleaning, we managed to get the dirt out on the side of the key, and that now works nicely. So the swell's all working. We've still got the one on the grate sometimes sticking. So we'll have an adjust of that. If we look in close, you might be able to see that this key is pushing over to the left. This one's quite a way over to the right, and it's just rubbing down the side. So we're going to see about adjusting this key over to the right. Just going to get a bit of metal underneath the key, get onto the key pin. There we go, that's not rubbing anymore. Whilst you watch me repair the foot of a pipe which had fallen over and split, I would like to tell you about the charity Pipe Up for Pipe Organs, who awarded a grant for the work you have seen in this video. Pipe Up for Pipe Organs is a charity created in 2022 to save British pipe organs from a wave of destruction that is sending an estimated 5 pipe organs to landfill every week, and leaving an additional 4 per week rendered silent through lack of repair and maintenance. Many pipe organs that avoid destruction are simply mouldering away quietly. These organs sit disused, even in functioning churches, often for lack of a regular organist or minor routine attention. Britain's pipe organs are a world-class heritage of craftsmanship and musical achievement,
For many communities, they are the gateway to a huge repertoire of music. Pipe Up's Sleeping Beauties scheme brings silent pipe organs back to life through small targeted grants that fund essential repairs. Many instruments fall out of use not because of major faults, but due to minor issues that can be fixed quickly and affordably. To find out more about Pipe Up for pipe organs and their Sleeping Beauty grant scheme, please visit their website, pipe-up.org.uk. Now that the repairs have been completed, organist Philip Norman improvises on a well-known hymn tune so that we can hear how it sounds.